When it comes to maintaining your Velascas, Gaggia has made it easy to keep you informed when the machine needs your attention for something. So generally speaking, the screen has a nice cool blue to it, letting you know that everything is running smoothly. But when the machine requires you to take care of something, the screen will turn red and it has an accompanying icon letting you know what in particular it is that needs your attention. So we've got a couple of those alerts that we can go over for you right now. So one of the most common is that the machine has run out of water. Something else that you might see frequently is that your machine is out of beans, which can happen if you run out of coffee during a grind cycle. Filled those beans back up? Well, if you haven't put the hopper lid back on or on securely, you might get an alert that shows that the hopper lid needs to be inserted correctly. If you've opened up the machine, say to access your brew group, but haven't put it back in properly, which we're about to cover, you might see the icon that the brew group needs to be reinserted. If you haven't closed the side access door, you'll be alerted to do that with a dedicated icon. And if you have not reinserted your Dreg drawer properly, the machine will let you know that you need to do that before proceeding to something else. With our alerts montage out of the way, let's take a look at how we would address some of the most common issues that prop up during the machine's regular use. Now, the Dreg drawer pulls out from the front here, so simply place your fingers on the side and then with your thumb you can remove the drawer. Now, the Dreg drawer is where our brewed coffee goes. So if this is your first time using the machine, you may find that the first few pucks that you're producing are not as cohesive as those later on when the Gaggia adapting system gets used to your coffee. So you can simply remove that from the machine and knock those pucks out into the garbage. So with the Dreg drawer removed, we can open the side access panel. This is what gives us access to the brew group. Now, the brew group is where your coffee is actually brewed. So it grinds in the top and then channels down into this group. Simply by pressing on the tab where it says push, you can slide the entire assembly out. Now, ground coffee can collect on the chute here, on this side of the screen, the shower screen here, and primarily on the ejection ramp where the spent pucks are dispensed. So every week you'll want to remove the brew group from the machine and rinse off any of the coffee that you see on it. After that, you simply allow it to air dry overnight and reinsert the group into the machine in the morning. Now, while we've got the brew group removed, you can also see some of these sliding tracks in the machine. This is where you would apply the Gaggia brew group lubricant. Now, that is going to come down to how frequently you're using the machine, which will determine how frequently you want to apply that lubricant. And that range is from about 1 month to 4 months, depending on how many drinks you make. So to reinsert the brew unit, simply line up these corners here with the tracks on the side of the group here. And then we will go ahead and securely insert it back into the machine. There's a nice satisfying click when that's back in. Please note that you cannot insert the brew unit if the Dreg drawer is present. So if you say put it back in but had the group out, simply make sure that you have removed the Dreg drawer before putting the group back in. And then we can close the door. So something else though that's not alerted to us by the screen is actually the drip tray. So Gaggia has a different method of letting us know that it's time to empty the tray, which is this float here. So the float will raise as there is more and more water added to the drip tray. And I can pour a little bit in here to give you a sense for that. But as you see it start to rise and bob, that lets us know that there is water in the tray. Now, on the baseline Velasca, we'll simply grab the edges of this tray and with our thumbs push to apply pressure to pull this out. On the Velasca Prestige, there are actual tabs that you need to depress in order to release the tray to remove it. So I'm going to take this out for you, but I just want to give you a sense for how deep the drip tray actually is. So if at any point you see that tab start to bob, you're going to want to remove the tray to empty it. And as a rule of thumb, I would say anytime that you either refill your water reservoir or empty your Dreg drawer, you should empty the drip tray as well. This will help prevent any spills that might happen on your way to the sink. But otherwise, that about covers it when it comes to maintaining the Velasca or the Velasca Prestige. And that was my head-to-toe tour of the Gaggia Velasca series. These are incredible value for super automatic espresso machines, and I'd love to have either of them on my countertop. I'm Nick, and thank you so much for watching.